Hear you. Are you there?
Yeah, hang on. Can okay, how about now? Can you hear me?
That's a lot better. So, are we going to go through this every time I mention the name of somebody? What?
No, I dropped my phone.
Idiot. Better pick it up.
No, we're not. I did. No, we're not going to go through it every time. We're just need to get used to being able to trust somebody again.
Yeah. Ron is my assistant.
No, that's what I figured
After you got pissy and angry and sent some really shitty things.
Yeah. I didn't say any bad things.
Yeah, you accused me of slutting around. Yet again. You knew this was coming.
I know, I'm sorry. I know I'm not laughing. I'm sorry, okay?
Good, you should be. I don't like getting offset when I'm tired and sore and I get my phone and I look at it and all I see is, who the fuck is the... It's frustrating. I just want to clean up and I want to get on with my day. And that puts me in a really bad mood.
I understand.
Thank you. I appreciate you understanding.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that I get upset.
You know,
sometimes it's hard for me to. Sometimes it's hard for me to trust somebody right off the bat like that. And it's...
Yeah.
But I don't know. But that won't happen anymore.
Good.
Almost.
Better not.
It's not quite as hard with you. It's not quite as hard with you.
Why?
You surprised me.
Do I?
You surprised me. You do. You're 24 now, right?
On Friday, yeah.
You'll be 24 on Friday.
God, what day is it?
Well, somebody 24, you're right.
Wait, it's the 9th. It's not
very
Monday.
Grown up. Somebody 24. Yeah. For somebody that's 24, you're very grown up. Roscoe, come on, lay down, and be good. You're very extremely grown up. Somebody that's going to be 24, and you're very mature.
That's what happens when your parents die, when you're young.
When your parents what?
When your parents die, when you're really young, you have to grow up.
Honey, I'm sorry.
You already knew that. I mean, you would if you hadn't
didn't.
been drunk that night.
What night was that?
About a year ago.
So, back when I was drinking.
Yeah.
Are you sure it was a year ago? You and I have actually known each other longer than a year.
It was about April. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No. No. I'd ask you about it, but...
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Sore subject.
Yeah. So what happened today?
What do you mean, what happened today?
Oh, with the amount of cock pics you sent me, I'd say you were pretty horny.
I was thinking about you all day.
Yeah, I counted like 5.
You would have counted about 8 and I think a couple others.
You took 8 pictures.
And I thought to leave a couple because they look bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I had you on my mind quite a bit today.
Evidently. Unemployed, sitting around the house, a month out of prison, and all you've got to do is take cock pics and send them to me. What the fuck?
I like you.
I can tell. So what happened with the job hunt today?
I Sharon put in
Huh?
3 more applications for me.
I can't hear you. What?
Said Sharon put in 3 more applications for me.
Yeah?
And she gave me a phone number that I get a call tomorrow.
Okay.
Today, whatever time it is. Oh, here it's today. There it's yesterday.
The 3rd, yeah.
So I gotta go this place tomorrow. Well, after I go RC more. We're going to go back to RC morning and we'll go to places. Hauling wood is that's where it says $12.50 to $1,600 a week.
A week?
So, yeah, and I thought about it, and that's really good money. But the problem is that I didn't think about it fast enough. It's really good money, but with hauling wood, it's a lot of hours.
Isn't that good?
That's good, but it depends on what you pay. If it's what the hell?
What?
Something was pinching my leg.
One of those bed bites. Bed bugs, I guess.
Give me bed bugs. I'm sitting in a chair.
So you've got chair bugs. I mean, you sit in that thing naked. It's got to have some sort of infestation.
It's got Lorne bugs. Lucky
it.
Oh, well, yeah, let me give you my bug. I mean, I don't have a bug. That didn't sound right.
Neither do I. I mean, they test me like every other week.
Good.
So do you really think that, I mean, you've been out almost a month. Do you really think they're going to call you tomorrow and tell you you've got a job there?
RC Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Because you already told me that they hired me back.
They did?
So, yeah.
When? I don't remember you telling me that. Or did you tell one of your other friends online?
Huh?
You didn't tell me that they said they were going to hire you back. Maybe you told somebody else.
They told me that back when I was in jail.
Then why haven't they?
I don't know. That's what I can't understand why it's taking this bus so long.
I mean, obviously you sensed some sort of issue, otherwise you wouldn't be applying for other jobs.
What? Hello.
Hello.
I don't know what you meant there for a second.
I'm sorry.
I do sense an issue. It's taking them too long. That's what my issue is. That's what I sense. But well, I don't know. It's difficult to tell because Ron, when I called Ron when I first got back, he told me, he said, all right, he said, let me talk to the bosses and then I'll get back to you.
So Ron's not the boss?
No, Ron's my boss, but he's not the boss that does the hiring.
Okay.
But the next time I talked to him, well, he blew me off a couple times because he was busy. The next couple times I talked to him, but it's like the third time, he actually had his secretary call me back, and because he was busy again. But she called me back and told me, she said that Ron wanted her me that I need to fill another application out because it had been just long enough so that they need a fresh application in.
Okay.
And she said that Ron wanted her to call me back so that way I wouldn't panic. So
Is that what they said, or is that what you assume?
that's what Ron said.
Okay.
Ron told her to call me back because he didn't want me to panic.
So Ron told the secretary to tell you that? I'm confused.
Yes. Ron told the secretary to tell me that.
Okay.
So then since then I've been calling Ron quite often. Like, for the first 2 weeks it was every day. Just about every day, except for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because those are training days. I knew Ron would be able to answer the phone then. So Mondays and Tuesdays, I'd call him and get what update I could. And then that was the first 2 weeks. Then the third week, I just called him on Mondays. So it was, let's see. He told me that he'd call me back and let me know. He never called me back. So I was like, then I told him, finally I told him, I said, Ron, are they going to hire me back or what?
Yeah.
He said, I'm trying to find out what they're going to do. I can't do anything till they tell me. And then just yesterday was when he told me that he's going to find out for me today, meaning yesterday. So he found out yesterday, so I'll call him today.
So he found out yesterday, but he's waiting for you to call him tomorrow? Why didn't he just call you today?
Well, because I don't know what time he found out, and I don't know what they said, and he knows I'll call him back again.
Yeah, I can tell.
He's a pretty busy guy there because he's in charge of safety, and he has to deal with any accidents and a lot of things that have to do with the drivers that are already there. And it's not just like there's two drivers there. It's a big company. They've been around for 50 plus years.
So does he know why you went back to prison?
Yeah, he knows everything.
And that's not a concern for the safety driver, the safety officer?
No, that's not a concern for him.
What?
They know that I was trying. They know that I was trying. They know that I was there at work all the time. And when I drank, the reason I went back in was because I drank. But
yeah.
I only drank once a week. That was the only time I drank was once a week. Then the last month, before I got incarcerated, I didn't drink it at all. And I had been going to AA. And they knew that. But it was because of the polygraph. I failed the polygraph, and that's the reason that I got incarcerated.
What?
And it was because of...
I thought it was because you were drinking. Question. I thought you weren't allowed to drink, which is why.
It was a question about drinking.
No one goes back to prison lying on a question about drinking for saying, no, I didn't drink.
Okay, relax. Listen, okay? Because of the times that they had caught me drinking, there was like 5 other times that they had called me. 5 or 6 other times.
What?
Then it was that time with the polygraph. That gave me a point, because they go by a point system. And however you get so many marks, and then you get a point. And once you get that point, they incarcerate you again. Well, because I failed the polygraph, that gave me an extra point.
But Lorne, you just told me that you'd been drinking every week. So the polygraph was correct in that case.
Huh?
You told me that you'd been drinking every week. So the polygraph caught you out. I don't know.
Yeah, and I had been drinking every week. But the polygraph asked me how many, if I had lied about the amount that I was drinking. And my answer was no. My answer was honest. But the problem with the whole thing was that the guy when you take a polygraph, the guy has to read the thing, and he takes a long time reading it. Well, and there's a big window there, and it's a yellow room. That big window, and the way the light was shining in there, it was hitting my eyes, and made my eyes tired.
Yep.
And I told the guy that my eyes was getting tired, but he still took a long time. Then my eyes started to close, and when my eyes got just closed, he popped out a question, and I answered the question fast. But when he popped out the question, it jumped my heart. And he takes a long time reading it. Well, and there's a big window there, and it's a yellow room, a bright yellow room. With that big window, and the way the light was shining in there, it was hitting my eyes, and made my eyes tired. And I told the guy that my eyes was getting tired, but he still took a long time. Then my eyes started to close, and when my eyes got just closed, he popped out a question, and I answered the question fast. But when he popped out the question, it jumped my heart, and that's what triggered the polygraph, because I didn't lie about the question.
But Lorne, even if
it jumped my heart, and that's what made the needle bounce.
You hadn't had a confessed history.
There,
History to the polygrapher of drinking, then that result just would have been a one-off. It wouldn't have meant anything.
Well, no, because I'm supposed to tell the truth when I'm taking the polygraph. So I was telling the truth. It's just the question that he asked me was, have you lied about the amount of alcohol that you've been drinking? And I said no.
They don't send you back to prison.
At that time, I weren't lying.
Okay, I mean... Oh, spider. Go away.
Oh. Yes, please go away.
I like spiders. It's a little one. It's cute.
I know. I hate... Ugh.
It's running up my arm.
Ugh. Oh, yuck.
That's fine.
They give me goosebumps.
The ones that live in your trailer probably think the same about you.
I don't have spiders in my trailer.
You do, I'm sure.
I don't. I have a thing plugged into the wall so it shakes the wires, so it keeps the spiders and mice away.
Don't they ask the same questions multiple ways in those polygraphs?
Yep. Yeah, they do. Yeah, but it was only that one time that it went off, or that it went below the line too much. Then it went above the line to at a 2, which means I'm telling the truth. But it went below the line at a 4, which says that I'm not telling the truth. Then he tries to even it out so that if it equals, if it comes right even with the line, then it's obvious you're telling the truth, and you pass the test.
So I don't quite understand.
We're one above the line of 2.
So if you're
one above the line of 2, and it went below the line of 4, it wound up being a 3, so it was one line below what it was supposed to be.
So you could see the polygrapher's screen?
Yeah, when he showed it to me.
Wow, I think you actually might have a case.
He really didn't.
Lorne, I think you actually have a case against the. I think you actually have a case against the polygraphy company, because that's way against protocol. They never ever show the subject the screen of what they're seeing. That would be completely against the point if they could see their body reactions. Yeah. So you may have a case against them because that's not proper
that's
protocol.
He had a webcam on me too. So I knew.
So what would the webcam mean?
I knew that I started falling asleep. But for me to say that to them, they were just going to tell me that I was denying that I lied.
Well, you are denying that you lied. Does this mean that you weren't drinking?
Well, I know.
You just told me you had been drinking.
I weren't drinking. No, a month before that I had been drinking.
But
I weren't drinking at the time.
Well,
but
obviously
they said
not
that I lied
during
about the amount.
But aren't those polygraphs done for a certain period of time? So like March to April or March to July?
I don't know if they're done at a certain time or what, but we'll do maintenance polygraphs once a year. That's what this one was.
No, this was a follow-up to the one you had in April where you failed the same sort of questions.
Yeah, that's right.
So from April to July.
You actually have a copy of it.
Yeah, so from April to July, they were asking if you'd been drinking in that time period, and just because you hadn't been drinking in July doesn't take away April, May, June. The majority of the time you had been.
Right.
So maybe you think you jolted, but I would say that your body said, yep, 3 out of 4 months I was drinking, so you did tell the truth, which was a lie. You told the truth by lying.
Well, the amount.
I think I need to pull up the documents, because I swear that after the polygrapher, I can't say that word, asked about this question that you say you were jolted awake by, I'm sure that you confessed to him that you had been drinking. So from probation's point of view, it makes you told them the truth through telling what you think was, telling a lie.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is I knew I was telling them the truth. That's why I was mad.
Yeah, you were telling them the truth that you had been drinking. Telling them the truth when, I was
telling them the truth about the amount that I was drinking, too. That's why I know that when he popped the question out and it jolted me awake, I know his reaction to my heartbeat.
Yeah, because you knew you knew that you were answering no when your body was telling you itself that yes, this should have been a yes.
It should have been yes. It should have been yes.
Because they were asking you about your drinking.
The answer was, yeah, but he asked if I lied about the amount that I was drinking. And I said, no, I didn't lie.
Lorne, you're getting too technical.
And I didn't lie about that answer.
You were still drinking when you shouldn't have been. I know, I read your documents.
Well, yeah,
you weren't supposed to be drinking at all. That was after you tested in April. You were put on a no drinking allowed at all. You signed the paper. I
know, baby. But what I'm saying is that they asked me if I lied about the amount that I was drinking.
It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying, is I did not lie about when I told them the amount that I was drinking.
They can't just put you back in prison because of one question. You're not supposed to drink at all. It doesn't matter if the question, it doesn't matter, so to speak, what the actual question is. You're not supposed to be drinking. You know that. It's like now.
Yeah, I know. Now if what?
I think you're too focused on this, on that particular point. You were drunk every weekend from what Winnie told me. And you weren't supposed to be. She said, he's always talking about how I could be recording because he's drunk. Stupid asshole. I mean, say that you would always get so scared.
That's one of the things about youth that I don't worry about, like I did with everybody else. I don't worry about being recorded. So much better for me with you, because everybody else I was constantly worried being recorded and put online.
I'll give you that. You've never once asked me if I was doing that. But I think you're missing the point of what I was trying to say, which is that you were drinking every weekend, and you were drinking, and the proof that you were is that you were always talking to Winnie about, you better not be recording me. 8 to 10 beers or whatever it was. I don't have the document in front of me. I can't. Called the probation office, so you had 2 guys come to your trailer at 9 o'clock at night. I mean, that was eye-opening.
Okay, let me explain about that woman.
Sure.
That woman was Nikki.
Okay.
Nikki wasn't scared. And Nikki had planned all that shit out. Nikki did all that shit on purpose. Nikki was a bitch. That was when she was the first one that I had tried to have any type of relationship with since I had been out.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And she was not a woman that I would normally go for.
Okay.
I had gone bankrupt because of Nikki. Trying to help Nikki out.
Lorne,
Because Nikki was fucking... She had lost her kids, and she had fucking getting evicted from her trailer, and she was renting and everything.
So why were you interested in her then? She was that kind of woman.
Because my head wasn't fucking screwed on right at the time.
Of course.
I was all messed up at the time.
Of course.
I had just gotten out of... I hadn't even been out of prison for a year yet. That was when Nikki happened.
Lorne, how much money did you give her?
Oh, Christ, I spent... I probably spent $3,000 or $4,000 on Nikki.
Nobody goes bankrupt from $3,000 or $4,000. It doesn't happen.
You do when you don't. You do when you don't have money and you lose your truck.
You lost your truck at that same time?
A lot of other things happen. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was the second year I was out. Yeah, it was the second year that I was out because I had already been working for Clark's Milk for over a year. Yeah, I helped Nikki get into an apartment and bought her dishes, went on with her and bought her kids Christmas presents. I tried hard to help Nikki so Nikki could get back on her feet and get her kids back. She wound up getting her kids back. She did care about her kids a lot. That was one thing that I knew. And she stopped doing drugs.
She should.
So at least one good thing came out of it.
I mean, did you meet those kids?
I saw two of them. I didn't meet them because I told her that I didn't, because of my charge. I didn't want to be around them. I saw two of them, but it was from a distance because I dropped her off at I think it was her son's birthday party.
Okay.
At the foster home that they were staying at. I brought her over there so she could be there for his birthday party. And they both come running out.
So, Lorne, I guess I kind of want to know, I don't know if you read that document, but why was she in your phone under Mom N? If you weren't trying to hide her name?
Because I had told probation that I would stop having anything to do with Nikki.
So you were breaking probation by hiding her name in your phone?
Yeah.
The document also said that you had left profane and accusatory messages, but if you knew that she was just playing a game with you, why would you do that?
Because the whole time I didn't know the whole time until she started ditching my calls.
The document also said that
her phone was under my name too.
Wow. I wouldn't have done that.
I had helped her. Yeah, well,
at the
time my head wasn't quite screwed on right.
Why didn't they want you to have a relationship? Why did you have to tell them that you weren't talking to her? There must have been some reason.
There was, because I told them that I'd stop talking to her. That I'd stop having anything to do with her.
So therefore they enacted a rule that you said that you weren't going to talk to somebody, so they said, okay, it's now a rule?
No, they don't use it as a rule. They just take you at your word that they come back at you and tell you that you told us you weren't going to talk to her.
Why?
They do that to see your behavior on if you talk to her, or if you don't talk to her.
I guess I'm just trying to understand, why would two probation officers come to your trailer to enforce something that they don't need to enforce?
Because they wanted me to stop talking to Nikki. I had told them everything about Nikki. Everything I just told you, I told them.
I don't understand that. They wouldn't put in the time and expense just to come to your trailer at 9 o'clock at night from Bangor to tell you, hey, you said that you weren't going to talk to this person, so we're going to enforce it. That's the government. They don't like spending money unless they have to.
They didn't make a special trip.
At 9 o'clock at night?
They were doing their rounds.
At 9 o'clock at night?
They were doing their rounds.
So the story about...
It's a big area that they have to cover.
So the story about how you were scared that she had been in a car accident and that's why you'd called her so many times, that was a lie from them?
No, that wasn't a lie from them.
So this woman was treated you like shit?
That's when. Yeah, that's when you're talking about 58 times, or however many times it was. Because she normally would have answered the phone and called me back. I thought something was wrong. I thought she had been in an accident or something, because I had been listening to the news. And there's something about a black car getting in an accident, and I can't remember where it was, Bar Harbor or Ellsworth, somewhere like around there. But I knew that she had, where she was, that she had gone somewhere with someone in a black car. She had told me about a friend of hers having a black car, and they were the ones that took her to wherever it was she was going. She said it was in Bangor area, past Bangor. The only place I could be was Ellsworth or Bar Harbor or somewhere.
So you're worried about her kids then?
Huh? Yeah. Well, no, I was worried about her.
Well, if she was hurt, then her kids would be hurt. You've always said you care about kids.
I can't remember. Yeah, but I can't remember her kids being there with her.
Did probation know she had kids?
I can't remember if she said her kid. Yeah, probation knew.
How old were they? Do you remember?
But then they know that that her kids were in foster care. At least I think they do. I think at some point, they knew because I told them.
Is that why they said that? Is that why they agreed with your assertion that you didn't want to talk to her anymore because she had kids?
Yeah, I had started getting growing feelings for Nikki.
So
that wasn't.
So I had spent so much time with her.
So, but I don't understand. Did they know she had kids or not?
So that made it more difficult for me to get away from her too.
Because she had kids? Or because you had feelings for her, this woman who...
It was even a couple months after that her and I had talked on the phone, and well, this time it was a little different because my feelings weren't so strong. But she had moved to Waterville, and I had taken her out to Burger King, but I didn't pay for it. She asked me if I wanted to go out to eat. I said sure. So I took her out to Burger King, and we got up to the window, and we ate in the truck. And we got up to the window, and they gave me the price of what it was, and I held my hand out to Nikki to give me the money. So she had to give me the money for her food. And I paid them. She was expecting me to pay for the whole thing.
You didn't answer my question. And that's an answer in itself.
I had also taken Nikki out to get jobs and to apply for jobs and stuff too. Whereas I took her probably 15 different places. She wound up getting a job at Walmart. At Walmart in Waterville. She wound up working there one day.
I remember this one.
It was a sad time.
Winnie told me something about her, like 2 years ago.
Find out what.
Lorne?
Honey, you're awful quiet.
Lorne?
Hello? Amy?
Yeah,
hello?
Hello?
Honey?
Hello, Lorne?
Can you
At the
hear
tone,
me?
please record. You finished recording a hang.
Okay, so what he said was right. You have a really shitty service because I've called you like 5 times. This is the only time I've been able to get to now.
I'm cutting out, yeah.
I'll try calling you back soon. So, did you fall asleep, or... I'll try one more time, and then Hello?
I
What happened?
hit the area.
Yeah?
It's going to be in front of the table. I can hear you.
Yeah, I was talking to you, and you didn't answer.
The name. Oh. You tried to call. The thing to you.
Okay. I thought you were ignoring my question. You're starting to get pissed off.
No. Don't ever think of that.
Oh.
Quite a small area. Got a. Usually when it's by the back door. Table. And. Being late with. But I've got to, by the way.
Okay. Well, you couldn't because you couldn't hear it, but I wanted to know, did probation know that Nikki had kids?
Yeah.
That was a...
Was that an issue for them?
It wasn't.
TVPS?
Charge.
Okay, so they knew about the kids. So it can't have been the kids were the reason they didn't want you talking to her. Was it
No.
was it because she had filed an order against you? Was it because she had filed a complaint about you?
The biggest part of it, they were looking at, they're trying to look at me make the right. But should I really? Because of the way she lost her kids.
And how did she lose her kids?
She didn't outright tell me the exact reason.
Really?
She said that it was something that, yeah, she said that it was something to do with the, that lady lost her kids. And so cops came and took Nikki's kids away from her because of that. But I don't, she didn't, there was a lot of things she didn't tell me the truth about that I didn't realize till later. But when I had helped Nikki move out of her trailer that she was living in, I didn't put 2 and 2 together at the time because my head just wasn't there and I wasn't paying attention to a lot of stuff. Things in my head, but I didn't bother asking her. Well, actually, no, one thing I did ask her about was why the straws were there and all that. She blamed it on her roommate. But her trailer that she lived in was just disgusting. She blamed that all on her roommate. But I didn't put 2 and 2 together at the time because I was really messed up. Time I was just getting out of prison. I was
Desperate?
Mom and Aunt Sharon had to. Yes. Mom and Aunt Sharon. When I got back, Mom and Aunt Sharon had to trick me to leave the house. They told me they were going to go take me over to see Aunt Mary, and because I didn't want to go to Walmart because of where I was on the show. I was afraid to get recognized. They took me over to Walmart, and that was the first time that I went out. I was nervous. Went into Walmart. The time I saw Tony and Wendy since I had been back. Probably a week later after I had already gotten out. So otherwise I stayed right there in the house taking care of Uncle Ron and didn't want to go anywhere.
So you had a surprise party at Walmart? Me and Wendy were there?
Surprise party.
I thought you just said they
No,
were
I
at the
thought-
Walmart
I thought-
too.
Yeah, I got a surprise. It's only Wendy was there. I saw Tony and Wendy there. I had Tony and Wendy sent back.
So they hadn't come to see you.
They were, come on. They didn't come to see me. They had a lot of things on their schedule. I had talked to them. Yeah. But I had seen them in Walmart.
You're breaking up. What?
I had seen Tony and Wendy at Walmart in the parking lot. They were walking in, and me and Mama walking out. And that made me feel better seeing Tony and Wendy. Tony came over and saw me later on that day. And so that made me feel better.
So seeing
I had seeing Tony and Wendy made me feel better because they had people go over and see them all the time. They were always asking about me. It just made me feel better seeing my friends. I don't know if it makes any sense. It really doesn't make any sense to me now, but back then it did. It was, I don't know. I can't explain it.